fuck? Post a picture of your motherfucking mama. She dead. Hey, respect, nigga. Stop fucking playing with my mama. Nigga ain't playing like that. Niggas ain't going like that, nigga. How y'all raised? I'm not raised like that. I don't go. I'm not going about my mama. I'm not going. So tell your mama dig her ass up and post a picture that look better than my mama, nigga.
But yeah, for him to say, let's go mama for mama, dig yours up and make her post a picture of her looking better than my mother. You know, King is absolutely unhinged. And if 50 really manages to find a way to go back and forth with King, I don't see how that's gonna happen unless King was out here trying to, like, I don't know, do a little acting tape for one of 50 Cent shows, and the tape came out looking bad. There's really nothing that he could say to King that King isn't gonna respond to. He's been dealing with going back and forth with people.
Everybody knows one thing about 50 Cent: if you mention his name online, there's a very real chance he's going to respond. And when he responds, it's usually messy, petty, and very public. But even people who are used to 50's trolling didn't expect the situation with King Harris to explode the way it did. What started as a little internet tension between T.I. and 50 Cent suddenly turned into a full family feud once King felt like his mother, Tiny Harris, got dragged into something she had nothing to do with. And the moment King stepped in, the whole situation went from regular rap beef to something way more personal. Because if there's one thing that will make somebody crash out online, it's disrespect toward their mother. Now, before we get into how this whole thing spiraled out of control, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy these deep dives into the wildest celebrity drama online, because trust me, this story gets messier the deeper you look into it.
Nah, I said I wanted 50. That's what I said. He don't want no smoke, though.
Oh, Lord.
I called my man out. He don't want no smoke. He ducking smoke. It's cool. So now, here we trying to think about other people who would do it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
We mentioned Wayne, and Wayne wouldn't be bad.
This whole situation really started with an old rivalry that's been floating around hip-hop for years. Back when the Verzuz battles were dominating the internet, fans kept asking for a face-off between T.I. and 50 Cent. Both of them had huge runs in the early 2000s, both had massive records, and people felt like it would actually be a pretty entertaining matchup. According to T.I., the idea wasn't just fan talk either. He said the two of them had a real conversation about doing it. They were in Los Angeles at the time, working on television deals and business meetings, and during one of those conversations, T.I. brought up the Verzuz idea. From his side of the story, 50 didn't shut it down at all. In fact, he supposedly said he'd be open to it. So T.I. went public with it, thinking they were both on the same page. But the moment the internet started talking about the battle, everything changed. Suddenly, 50 Cent was acting like the idea never happened, and that's when T.I. started making comments in interviews, saying 50 didn't really want the smoke.
Okay, so first, it was really about celebrating each other's catalog. Me and this nigga talk about this, bro. This shit, I ain't just called a nigga out the blue. Me and this nigga talk about this.
You talking about you with 50?
Yeah, man. We talk about this shit, man. This shit just come out of nowhere. Nigga, we were moving around in LA, man, selling some TV shows and shit while we were around each other, man. You know what I mean? I said, shit, what you think about this? He was like, shit, you wanna do that shit? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So shit. And I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, nigga act like he ain't know what the fuck was going on. Then that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it about, oh, you playing? Okay, you gonna play. All right, cool. But how about fuck all of it? Fuck all of it. I don't even want you, man. Cause now I question your character.
Now, anybody who understands 50 Cent's personality knows exactly what happens when someone publicly questions him. Instead of ignoring it, he usually turns the entire thing into a trolling session. That's exactly what happened here. 50 jumped on social media and started mocking T.I., making jokes about Atlanta culture and telling him to keep his name out of his mouth. But it didn't stop there. 50 also reposted an old clip from a courtroom situation involving T.I. and started hinting at things that people in hip-hop take very seriously. That alone already had fans arguing online. Some people felt like it was classic 50 trolling. Others felt like it was going too far. But the real moment things crossed into into dangerous territory came when 50 decided to bring someone else into the situation, Tiny. Tiny Harris has always been known as one of the quieter people in the industry. Even though she's been in the spotlight for years, she usually stays out of public drama.
I honestly don't understand how 50 Cent is still allowed to be a part of the industry because he does stuff like this. So disrespectful. T.I. mentioned him on the podcast and he got so angry that he posted T.I.'s wife like this, y'all. He said, I keep saying, keep my name out your mouth. And posted Tiny. Disrespectful.
Straight like that. Your son don't love you. You don't got no family. You not loved. You rich, but you not loved, nigga. Money means nothing without no one to spend it with. Your son don't love you. And nigga, just for talking about my mama, I would slap the out that nigga just cause he share the same blood as you, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Man, at the end of the day, I don't play by my mama. I don't play by my mama.
And rarely jumps into rap beefs involving her husband. That's why people were shocked when 50 posted a very unflattering picture of her online while clowning T.I. For a lot of people watching the situation unfold, that felt like the line had officially been crossed. Because once you start bringing someone's family into the argument, especially someone who isn't even involved, the tone of the whole situation changes. And that's exactly what happened here. The moment that picture started circulating, it didn't take long for someone else to notice. And that someone was King Harris. King has never been the quiet type. Anyone who follows him online knows he doesn't hold back when he feels disrespected. And the second he saw his mother getting dragged into the situation, he jumped straight into the middle of it. His response wasn't subtle either. King posted a photo connected to 50 Cent's late mother and basically told him that if they were going to compare mothers, he should go dig his up and see if she could look better than Tiny. The internet instantly exploded after that post because people couldn't believe how quickly the argument had escalated. Within hours, the conversation went from people debating a Verzuz battle to a full-blown generational feud between 50 Cent and T.I.'s son.
If my wife look like that, may God bless America.
Damn.
Ooh. I don't know if that's a wrestler. I don't know if that's Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Put her in the comment section. Yo, that's what they call it, tiny Hacksaw Jim Duggan. No, let me stop. You see, you get me in trouble. Oh my God, put me in the comment section, man. You gotta have T.I., Lil King looking for me.
Now, normally, when someone younger jumps into a situation like this, the older artist might ignore it. But ignoring things has never really been 50 Cent's style. Instead of backing off, he leaned all the way into the trolling. He started posting memes aimed directly at King, including jokes comparing him to a frog. Then he doubled down by reposting more clips of Tiny just to keep the conversation going. At that point, the internet was basically watching a back and forth between two completely different personalities. On one side, you had 50 Cent, the guy who built an entire brand around trolling people online. And on the other side, you had King Harris, someone who clearly felt like his family was being disrespected and wasn't about to let it slide. King didn't just stop at one post either. He started bringing up personal things about 50's life, including his complicated relationship with his son. He said that having money doesn't mean anything if you don't have people around you who actually love you. That comment hit a nerve because fans already know the long history between 50 Cent and his oldest son. Suddenly, the situation wasn't just jokes and memes anymore. Both sides were throwing extremely personal shots.
It don't work. Yeah, I think at this point of my life right now, no, I don't work. I don't work, but I did want to get a job, but it's like y'all know me now, and I'm not the type of person, I'm not a friendly ass bitch. So you know what I'm saying? All of that, you know what I'm saying? You see me at work and you know what I'm saying? I really am not the talkative person, you know? So maybe like a bottle girl job.
And that's usually when internet drama turns into something much bigger than the people involved expected. But 50 wasn't done yet. Instead of continuing to focus on King directly, he switched targets and started talking about King's own personal life. Specifically, he brought up King's baby mama. According to rumors floating around online, some people believe that King's girlfriend might be more interested in the lifestyle surrounding his family than in him personally. Nobody really knows how true those claims are, but once 50 started hinting at them, the internet immediately ran with the story. Suddenly, people were analyzing everything about King's relationship, from interviews to old social media posts. And once that happens, it becomes almost impossible to stop the narrative from spreading. At this point, the entire situation had turned into one of the strangest celebrity feuds the internet had seen in a while. On one side, you had a legendary rapper known for trolling everyone in the industry. On the other side, you had the son of another rap legend, who clearly felt like he had to defend his family's name. And fans were completely divided about who was actually in the wrong. Some people felt like 50 Cent crossed the line the moment he brought Tiny into the argument. Others said King escalated things even further.
Like, shawty, don't say, you got a baby. I'm a good baby daddy. I ain't got no baby mama problems. My baby mama is one of the most player baby mamas, you know what I'm saying, known to mankind. So, like, what the fuck is you talking about? Don't try to, like, you got a baby, man, beat it. Beat it. My job, if I'm talking like, let's say I DM a girl, or I get a girl number, or, you know what I'm saying, a girl at the studio, just know my baby mama don't care. So you cannot do don't try to pull no King with no.
When he mentioned 50's late mother. Either way, one thing was clear: this situation had gone way past the original Verzuz conversation that started everything. What makes this whole story even more interesting is how different the two personalities involved really are. 50 Cent has spent decades mastering the art of trolling. For him, the internet is basically a stage where he can joke, provoke, and keep his name trending without ever taking things too seriously. But King Harris represents a completely different mindset. He's younger, he's trying to build his own reputation, and he clearly doesn't want people thinking his family can be disrespected without consequences. When those two approaches collide online, you end up with exactly the kind of chaos we just watched unfold. And now the big question is whether this situation is actually over or if it's just getting started. Because history shows that when 50 Cent gets involved in internet drama, things rarely end quickly. Sometimes he keeps the jokes going for weeks. Other times the situation cools down once the internet moves on to the next story. But with emotions already running this high, and both sides clearly willing to keep responding, it wouldn't be surprising if we see another round of posts very soon. So now the real question is simple: who do you think went too far in this situation? Do you think King Harris was right to defend his mother after 50 posted that picture of Tiny? Or do you think bringing someone's late mother into the argument crossed the biggest line of all? Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of one of the wildest celebrity internet feuds happening right now, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. Because in the world of celebrity drama, the next twist is always right around the corner.